Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic, host of Bachelor Nation News. In this video, we have Rachel saying she's unbothered by the trolls. That's right. I guess she got a lot of hate after the latest episode of The Bachelor. I wasn't quite aware of it. Maybe I'm in the wrong comment sections, or the right comment sections, I should say. But either way, she fights back and says, go touch grass. You love to see it. Follow me on Instagram at DNeals. If you want stand-up show updates, March 28th, I'll be in Phoenix. You can come check out that show. There's a link for tickets on my Instagram, and also you can join the Patreon every day at noon Central Time. I'll be live behind the scenes with you guys on Patreon. All right, let's jump into it. It's an article, so you know it's a real story. The Bachelor's Rachel is unbothered by rude comments after her hometown date. So you might be wondering, what are people even talking about? Well, you might remember. And again, I don't even know where this started, so correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems as though Maria wanted to speak to Joey right before the finale of the episode, right? They were in the airport hangar. All four women are lined up. Joey's about to hand out roses. Maria says, oh, can I pull you aside? She wants to tell him, hey, I'm falling for you. Just want to let you know before you eventually send me home. Well, when she goes back, Rachel looks at Maria like, what are you doing? What was that all about? Which, of course, it's like you have the right to feel that way. Well, now it's spun into a debate amongst the haters that are saying, oh, there's a lot of racism happening because they don't like the way Rachel acted. And others are saying, well, we're just Team Maria. And you can be Team Maria, not racist, and you can be you can be right. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot going on here, right? So I laugh because this is the problem with the internet. You got enough people that watch this show that even if 1 out of 10,000 people is a real a-hole, they're going to be known, and then they're going to see that for the first time. Like, Rachel's probably lived her whole life, and by the way, this is a defense of Rachel. She's probably lived her whole life as a glowing, happy person. Rachel, Kelsey, Maria, this is the first time they've probably had to deal with just real negative energies out there. But I always like to see their responses. Rachel's like, peace, don't need to deal with you. And she actually said, don't worry, y'all. My parents raised one tough girl. And other Bachelor alumni are coming to her defense, and rightfully so, including Maria. Rachel posted this: please stop leaving hate comments. It's not necessary. If you don't have anything nice and kind to say about any of the women, just don't comment on their post or send them hateful messages. Please be kind. It's truly not that hard. I wish I could take like some sort of Census Bureau survey of who the hell's leaving these comments. Now, chances are it's people that could use a lot of therapy, because you can just think certain thoughts, or even if you go to Reddit or somewhere else, but to take it onto their comment sections, I'm literally just done having that conversation. But, every season it happens. Olivia said, screaming and crying for Asian representation, and the first chance you get, you're down this girl's throat, hurling insults at her. I'm disgusted. Rachel, if you see this, you're amazing. And I would have said the same thing, because Lord knows, don't nobody want to stand around at a rose ceremony longer than they need to and wait for people to have side convos. People's feet hurt. Oh, that's I didn't even think of that side. Yeah, they're wearing high heels in some cases. Their feet are hurting. They've probably been waiting there for the lighting to set up. God knows it's not, they don't shoot this with union rules. If it's a union, you have a stand-in who stands there, while they get the lighting and everything right. But in this case, they probably just throw them out there like the cattle they think these contestants are, because they're unpaid, and that's just the world we live in. I don't believe that's just the way it should be, but hey, that's The Bachelor, right? And either way, Liv's got a great point. Her feet must have hurt, which is one way to look at it. But the same thing, the people screaming and crying for Asian representation, I'm sure, are not the same people that are haters. We can't look at Bachelor audiences and think they're all the same people. 99% of Bachelor audiences will never comment on Instagram or Reddit or Twitter or X or Threads or whatever the hell it's called, right? 99% of them don't watch my content. 99% of people just watch the show. But there is that crazy minority that they just go join a baseball league or something. You know what I mean? Like, go do something productive with your time. Either way, Rachel's going to give you some advice. Charity Lawson posted this: all 4 girls are amazing and deserve to be there, but y'all need to go outside and touch grass for a little bit. Maybe challenge and journal a little bit about your internal biases. Charity posted, the comments to Rachel after hometowns are extremely weird. It's a show. Relax. You don't have to tear someone else down to support the person you're rooting for. It's giving mean girl energy. The same energy y'all was wilding about earlier this season. Good point. Good point. Again, but also, these aren't the same people. These are, the same people that were denouncing Sydney aren't the same that are bashing Rachel. I just guarantee that's the case. Here's what's interesting, though. Someone commented this. Anyone coming on here to say things like Team Maria, please reflect on your casual racism and how harmful this is to put on the internet. And this is where it kind of gets a little crazy. And I'm not here to comment on how anyone else feels about the comments because I don't even know which comments they're talking about. I'm sure, and again, I've said this about the person who was trying to sue me for harassment. And she was like saying, oh, I'm getting death threats, blah, blah, blah. The internet sucks when it comes to the two-way conversation. It sucks in the sense that the algorithm decided it can sell more money and make more dollars from advertising if it just had this conversation going on between audience and creator, which is fine in some instances, but it allows people a megaphone that shouldn't have it, right? And so I'm not here to say that people aren't being mean to Rachel. I'm sure they are. And that sucks. That's absolutely rubbish. It's ridiculous. Even Maria is here shutting it down. Let's see what Maria said here in her statement she made last night. Do we have the statement here? It's one of these. Hold on. Geez, how many memes? Oh, here it is right up here. She said, all three women equally deserve to be there and are there for a reason. Don't send hate to anyone because of this. I've personally grown so much from this. It's insane. So she says, don't send hate. And again, it's not like Maria's got an audience of hateful people. She's got a large audience, and a subsegment of that audience is going to be hateful. You hate to see it. So anyway, after Rachel posted this, she then posted this. Y'all touch grass or touch a plant. Go center yourselves. We spread aloha on my page, and that's what I stand for. Thank you to those who are being kind and to those with opposing comments. I hope you heal from what you're going through. I love this because I'm not saying it's passive aggressive, but it's not going to reach the intended recipient. Like the people that need aloha are the ones that are not going to feel the love here. You know what I mean? They're just the angry people. What is the aloha spirit? Wow, from Chapter 5 of Hawaii's Revised Statutes, aloha spirit is the coordination of mind and heart within each person. It brings each person to the self. Each person must think and emote good feelings to others. In the contemplation and presence of the life force aloha, the following unuhi loala lau may be used. Again, apologies for probably butchering how that's said. But the idea about touching grass is kind of like a funny slam. Go touch grass. But it's called earthing. It's about strip yourself down from all of these things, the clothes and the ideologies that we put into our mind that separate us from others. You know, what group we're in. Team Maria, Team Rachel. This, strip down for it. Touch grass. We are all part of a larger living organism. Again, might be falling on people not willing to listen to it, but that's what it's all about. And I'd love to hear more from Rachel about the aloha spirit. If I ever get her on Driving with Dave, all I want to talk about is the aloha spirit. These are traits of character that express charm, warmth, and sincerity of Hawaii's people. It was the working philosophy of native Hawaiians and was presented as a gift to the people of Hawaii. Aloha is more than a word of greeting or farewell or a salutation. Aloha means mutual regard and affection and extends warmth and caring with no obligation in return. Aloha is the essence of relationships in which each person is important to every other person for collective existence. That's what I'm talking about. This individual life we live in, no, it's collective. Everything we do vicariously affects others. So why not all try to share that love and raise that frequency? I don't know. Aloha means to hear what is not said, to see what cannot be seen, and to know the unknowable. In exercising their power on behalf of the people and in fulfillment of their responsibilities, obligations, and service to the people, the legislator, governor, lieutenant governor, executive officers of each department, the chief justice, associate justices, and judges of the appellate, circuit, and district courts may contemplate and reside with the life force and give consideration to the aloha spirit. You know what's so funny about this? Everyone made fun of Marianne Williamson for wanting to have like a department of spirituality, right? Didn't she wanted to have a department that like raises our frequency from all of the wars and the hate and shares the greater vibrancies of love. But it actually looks like it. And again, I don't even know if this is actually in Hawaii's statutes, but I love that it could be. to talk about the aloha spirit like that. You have people claiming, oh, separation of church and state. How about this? How about we stop worrying about separation of me and you? And remember, we're all part of the same beating heart. I don't know, just a thought. That's the aloha spirit, Dave and me. But either way, Rachel does a good job of practicing what she preaches, and we can't wait to see how she continues to go on this season and possibly farther. Who knows? Maybe she'll win or be Bachelorette or go on Paradise. Who the hell knows? I'll be live on Patreon, though. That's where you can find me at noon today, Central Standard Time. Patreon.com/Dave Neal. We'll be back right after this.